Sound of Pigeon Podcast.
Sound of Pigeon Podcast.
Son of a Pigeon Podcast.
Niv, Mr. Goldstein.
Yeah,
This is amazing. We have this podcast finally.
we did it.
I'm very excited about it, man. We have a lot of things we can talk about.
Yeah, and we talked about this podcast for a while, and finally,
It is here. It is now. And
Yes.
from now in the future until the internet will be shut down.
so we better be careful with what we say.
Yes, for those who are listening or maybe watching us because we have a video for the first time, Matan Goldstein is one of the most interesting people that I met in Berlin. I met you when I saw you with Marta in Little Stage, this bar.
Stage.
Yeah, you did the jam
Right.
sessions there. Before that, Leo did the jam sessions, and then you took somehow
Yeah,
the...
Leo did it way before me, and at some point, I think he broke his hand or something, and then I had to replace him. And this is how I got actually to Little Stage, and yeah, crazy journey, crazy.
Yeah,
nights.
and since then until now, you've been through really a long way, and you've been improving, and you have this beautiful studio here. Just tell us about yourself a little bit, about your journey, what brought you here to Berlin in first place, and what was the journey that led you to having the
journey.
studio?
Yeah, I'm trying to surf on the wave of life, you know. Basically, what brought me to Berlin, it's another story. Maybe later I will go into that. But when I just moved here, I moved here without anything. I just had a few underwear and a coat, and I immediately bought a cajon because I knew that it's quick, it's pretty cheap, and I can play with that like anywhere. It's not a drum set, which
It's
is
like a portable drum set,
yeah.
kind of.
And then I bought my cajon and I got into Little Stage, and we did the jam sessions there. And it was so magical because it was empty. It was no customers in the bar. It was only me, Lior, a very good friend, the guy that used to host this jam session, and William Chiawai, a brilliant singer-songwriter. I met him there as well. And of course, few more people, and we came there every week, and we jammed ourselves alone for
No one
like
comes.
8 hours or something. And yeah, I got into this journey of cajon and working with the fingers and with my hands, and I discovered the percussion world, which was it's like fascinating. It's crazy.
Before that, you were mainly
Yeah, I
drumming with
was-
drum set.
Most of my time playing drum sets. This is what I always did till that point. And yeah, then I started to host the jam session, and then me and William, we started to host the open mic there. And the nice thing was that there is a huge mixer there and a computer and Logic, so you can record everything. So we thought, hey, we can record the acts that coming to our open mic, can put iPhone on a stand and make a video. We can sync it together, mix it, edit it, and give it as a nice souvenir for
Yeah.
the musicians that come to the open mic. And we started to do it, and it was great. Like, it worked, and many people came every week to our open mic. And this is how I met so many brilliant musicians and singer-songwriters in the open mic, because every week, you meet like 15 musicians. It's crazy. It's a lot. And like one day after the open mic, I had to mix everything, edit everything, sync everything, send messages to everybody like, hey, thanks for coming. Here is your video, da-da-da. I also used to play percussion on stage with them in a spontaneous way. Like, hey, you want percussion? And they're like, yeah, of course, why not? And that was school for me.
Yeah, it's incredible to do something like that. You just go to the water and you learn how to swim on the way.
It was exactly that. Like, I don't know the song. I have no idea what's going on, but I know the texture, I know the aesthetics, I know the vibe. I have my instincts, and yeah, I nailed many breaks.
This is important to nail the breaks.
yeah. Somehow, and it was crazy practicing for me to listen and to accompany musicians and work with my fingers. And I developed my preset, which was cajon with reverb and delay with a kick of SPD and a cymbal, and really nice preset.
They have really cool preset to your cajon. All the setup that you go when you play around with it.
Yeah,
It looks
it's a
like
lot.
you have your throne.
It's a lot to carry, yeah.
It is a lot to carry.
And yeah, that was a little stage. That was the beginning of my journey in Berlin. It was for 2 years, I think. Then COVID came, and okay, we all went home. And the crazy thing that happened was that I just bought my first interface to my flat, and I opened my home studio finally when COVID just started. So I was like on Facebook and Instagram, hey, I'm a producer, I can do stuff, come and produce with me. And then because I met so many people in the open mic, many musicians was like, hey, let's go, let's do something. And then I found myself starting to produce people, play less, of course, COVID and stuff. So this is the production studio journey.
Did you had experience before with production? Was it something new for you?
I have to say, not much. I did some stuff. Before I moved to Berlin, I was a student for music
Where did you study?
in Kiryat Ono, which it's a place close to Tel Aviv. This is what people need to know. It's like 4 years BA in music. So there I learned like production and stuff. But experience I didn't have so much, even though since I'm 13, I used to produce songs in this software. Maybe you know it, Guitar Pro.
Yeah, Guitar Pro.
Awesome.
That is the foundation of my productions as well.
I spent hours with this thing, like just writing like a machine, crazy, impossible solos.
Yes.
And
I didn't know how to use scales when I use Guitar Pro, so it can give you a scale.
yeah,
And I would just take some notes. I don't know, it will look ecstatic, or it will look, the pattern somehow will be satisfying to me. I had no clue what I was doing. And then I would play it, and sometimes it will sound good, sometimes not.
yeah, it's just experience, and it's such a funny software. It's pretty cheap. It's really like lame, so to say, comparison to Pro Tools, Logic, Ableton, and stuff like that. But I don't know. It built my skills as a producer.
It's only MIDI, Guitar Pro.
Yeah, but you put channel after channel after channel,
Yes.
and it's like, this is what you need to do,
It started to get more complex. I don't know exactly when. I think Guitar Pro 4 or maybe 5, but some place on the progress, on the updates of the versions, they introduced like a real sounding instruments.
The guitar I got until Guitar Pro 4.
Did you had wah-wah?
Wah-wah, no.
So the wah-wah is where I stopped. They somehow introduced wah-wah and effects. So the guitar
Nice.
did not sounded like awful as MIDI. They sounded a bit better. Drums sounded a bit better.
Wow. I think I still have on my computer like maybe 30 tracks that I created
I have albums on Guitar Pro.
in albums. Guitar Pro. Thanks God. Thanks
Yeah.
Guitar Pro.
Thank you, tabs. Without tabs, I would never learn how to play guitar.
I just knew like, okay, I have 4 chords and it starts with E minor, so the scale is probably E minor, and I knew that 12, 15, but I just remembered the numbers. Yeah, so I used to write like 10, like on the E string,
Yeah.
10, 8, 7, 5, 3, 2, and I just like randomly put numbers together, and you will get the most amazing solo, like.
Yes. Yeah, when you have infinite technique that you can do whatever you want, it's so nice. You started with music before you started drums, or drums was this thing that started your journey with music?
I started with drums, yeah.
But still, you knew how to generate good guitar sounds and good
That
bass.
was after. I started when it was pretty random, actually. I was ADHD kid, really problematic in school and stuff like that.
So just run from one subject to the other.
Yeah, and I used to just move with my fingers all the ridiculous thing was that I used to come earlier to my class in school before everybody's come because it's quiet, and I used to put my head on the table, like the ear on the table, on the surface of the table, and then do that, and you get the sound really strong.
Yeah.
And I used to do it for like, I don't know, many days. I just loved it so much.
Yeah, I also did this kind of stuff. I remember, yeah, I want to be drummer. This was the first thing I want to do in music, drums. I got really drawn into drums, and I did not have drums. My parents didn't want me to
Yeah,
have
it's a
drums.
tough
Man,
one, yeah.
it was before all the cool electronic drums that you have now.
Yeah.
And I remember what I did. I took two pencils. I made them somehow longer. I glued them together. So then I have sticks. I took a football. I put it between my legs. Then I took papers. And if this is the desk, so the paper will go like this on an angle. Then I put something on top of it.
Yeah,
so this is
nice.
my symbols.
You nailed it.
Yeah, man. This is imagination of 13 years old kid.
Yeah. Man, it took like 2 years till I got my first drum set.
How did you?
Back then,
How did you manage to make your parents buy you? How did you? What did you
was
tell
into
them?
it. Again, so as an ADHD kid with problems in school and Ritalin and all this, when I started to learn the drums, it was in a cliche. It was the first time in my life that I was good with something, and it was the first time in my life that I can do something more than like 15 minutes and be concentrated and, go with that for a long time. And then it was positive sign. It was a positive thing that happened to me because, okay, the kid, I have brain inside my head. I can do stuff because school was really horrible. I didn't really learn. And also the way that I got into drums, it was pretty random because I didn't know that I love music. I didn't know that I love rhythm or something. I just was a hyperactive kid, and everybody telling me, no, don't do it. Whoa, calm down, kid. It's not good. You have to learn science and math. And my mom was like, okay, Matan, what do you want to do this year? Capoeira, karate, whatever. And I'm like, maybe drums. It's pretty cool. And I got to the lesson, and it was fun.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, it was like, holy crap, this is so good.
Was it easy for you to understand?
Yeah,
it?
and I got it pretty quick, and I had amazing teacher. I just remember his first name. That's it. I don't know where is this guy these days, but he was huge guy with long hair, with always with Metallica or Iron Maiden shirts, and he was metal guy. And
Russian guy?
no. I can't say. I don't remember, but he was like, he couldn't stop telling me like, man, you're amazing. You're so good. You have natural talent. And he's like, as a kid, as a, like 13 years old kid, you're taking these compliments very seriously. Like, wow, yeah, I'm good with something. Like finally,
Yeah. What got you drawn into the drums in the first place?
Random decision. I just,
Was it the sound, the loudness, or just it looks cool for you?
Yeah, I thought it might be cool. Because I tried football the year before and I wasn't so good. And my mom like, yeah, choose afternoon class. I'm like, okay.
But this is cool that your parents were into that.
Yeah. I had the right to live, I had a good childhood with afternoon classes and stuff like that. So this is very appreciated, and it got me to music, so.
Yeah. And how did it develop afterwards? So you have your first drum lesson?
Yeah, then of course every week a lesson, and I practiced a lot. And then my older sister, she played the guitar, so slowly I started to steal her guitar and learn myself. YouTube just started, so I discovered like people teaching on YouTube how to play the guitar, which was like, oh my god, what's going on here? What is YouTube? And yeah, then 2 years after, I started to play a bit keyboards in school because we had keyboards there. And then I was like, hey, Dad, I want the keyboards. And my parents bought me a keyboard, and I started to play like piano. Not piano, but keyboards,
Yeah.
Chords, scales, also with YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I it was clear. I'm into music.
It was clear from such a young age.
Yeah.
Cool.
What
And
else I can do? Come on.
yeah, when you're really into music, it's like, what else I can do?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing else that can satisfy me as music.
Yeah.
And what was your inspirations? I mean, there must be something that pushes you. It cannot be only the teacher telling you you're good. Must be some other drummers or other musicians that you see, that you hear, and you say, "Wow, I want to be able to
Yeah,
do
of
that."
course. I had my idols. I grew up with rock and roll, a lot of Israeli music, a lot, and rock and roll Israeli music, like Aviv Geffen, Yehudim, the Jews.
The Jews, the
Yeah.
Juden.
What else? Yeah, Shlomo Artzi, Arik Einstein.
Oh, the
Shlomo
classics.
Chanuch. Yeah, the classics. Kaveret Gazoz. And then you know this software, Kaza?
Yeah, definitely.
Kaza, Imish, Emule.
Emule, yes.
We got to this phase. I think I was, I have no idea, 14, 15 maybe? Internet just came to our
Yeah, it
life.
just started to blow up.
And then I started to discover worldwide bands like Metallica, Iron Maiden, Marty Friedman, Dream Theater, Paul Gilbert, Steve Vai, like guitarist, rock, prog metal, everything like that. And lots of instrumental music because I didn't know really English, so I was into instrumental music because anyway I don't need any lyrics. Yeah, so I discovered also Andy McKee and all this genre.
He's an incredible guitarist.
It gave me so much inspiration to combine rhythm and guitar playing in the same time. Don Ross, it's the first generation of Andy McKee.
He came before Andy McKee.
Yeah, I think so. And
Andy McKee is pretty early with this kind of trend as well.
he was one of the first YouTubers that showed up on the network. It was crazy.
Yeah, I always was amazed by the sound that he produced out of the guitar.
Yeah, it's from the space.
It's like a full band.
Yeah,
also, the way the sound, the sonic wise, it is like the bass are very nice, and the hit on the guitar.
Yeah, I think he also had the guitar and the bass above, right? Extra neck or something.
I don't know about this, but I know we had a guitar. I don't know what it's called, fan fret, I think it's called, where the first fret you have shorter scale, and the first string is shorter scale, and the widest, the thickest string, the lowest, is really longer scale. So you can detune it down, and then you can still have the tension. Yeah, I know metal guys use it a lot. I
Really?
never played on it, and it looks funky because if you look in the fret, that's why it's called fan fret. They're not straight. So they go like this.
I saw that. And now I get it. I saw that and I never understood what's going on there. Why?
Yeah, I think it's from weird tuning. That's why it's for. It's for weird tuning, so
Oh
you
my
can have a lot of
gosh.
tension on the low notes and still have them very low.
Yeah.
But also you can play solos comfortably.
Cool.
Yeah, there are many weird stuff with guitar, like true temperament fretting. Do you know this?
No.
So the idea is the guitar is a fucked up instrument. If you tune it to one chord, if you tune it for open strings and you play a chord, it will never be in tune. So you need to tune it to the chord if you really want the chord to be correct. So if you tune it to A chord, and then you go and play D, then it's not tuned anymore to
Yeah,
D.
true.
So this is what it solves. The temperament fret, I think it's called like that. And it looks very strange. You see the frets like moving. It's not completely straight. So they give you micro tuning. And then it's every chord that you play is 100% accurate.
Wow. No, that's advanced.
Yeah.
I got into classic guitar and I till these days.
Classic. Not
Yeah.
electric.
No. Sometimes, yeah, for productions and for some ideas, but I am a finger playing. Like, yeah, Spanish stuff, and
Oh, this is cool.
that was my thing. I don't know why.
Yeah, I love it. I love the Spanish style. I love the tremolo playing. This is something that I put a lot of effort into managing this, but I got a bit rusty. But this is so beautiful. And this is one of the most beautiful things that someone can do with
it's
the guitar.
part of my influence. Like when I had Kaza and I started to download music, of course, and randomly I would write like drum solo and download like bunch of videos without knowing what's going on. And just,
It can be scary.
oh yeah, I got some weird stuff as well. But without knowing, I watched like the biggest stars on this planet, like drummers like Vinny Colaiuta, Steve Gadd, Dave Weckl, like without knowing that they are like legends, you know. And then I got also I wrote flamenco guitar or something, and I downloaded some stuff, and then I got there is this famous trio, Paco de Lucia. I forgot the names. I need to check it. Paco de Lucia and two other guys playing like crazy Spanish stuff. And yeah, since then I'm like, wow, amazing. I like it.
And you practice on those songs?
I tried to learn them, yeah, with Guitar Pro, of course. Yeah. I just all my childhood was Guitar Pro.
Oh, crazy.
I spent so many hours.
And Paco de Lucia, every time I watch him, I hear him, it's like, that's it. I have nothing else to do in this world. He did everything.
Yeah.
We effortless, man. It's impossible to go on top of it.
Lately, I discovered, like, if we talk on classical music, there is Michel Camilo, like fusion jazz Latin pianist, and he has an album with Tomatito.
I know him, guitarist.
Another legend, like, and beautiful tunes. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, the Arabic sound is very influenced in this kind of music. The Spanish.
Yeah, it's the same DNA.
Kind
probably.
of, not really. It's somehow infused with the area, with the gypsies that came from Europe. But then you have also the Arabic influence that came from Africa. And this is like Andalusia, all this area there. Like, I don't know how it fused in such a beautiful harmony.
Yeah,
and it created one of the best musics, I think, there.
Yeah, it's great results from this immigration issues during the years. My cajon is, the name is Andalusia, the name of the brand.
Yeah, it is.
It's a pretty good one. I didn't know it before.
If they write it on the name, it must
but
be
if
good.
it's written, yeah, it's a nice one.
And how did you find your way to Berlin? What made you come here to Berlin from all the European places?
The short answer, random decision. Like the drums.
Random decision.
Just, I had no idea what's going on. It's a long story. I will try to put it in a few stones. I don't used to tell it to people because it's a personal thing, and I always thought like, yeah, it's my story. It's not anyone else's business. And anyway, I think it's now after a few years I can tell this story and stay calm and confident. So during my music school, I always was interested in businesses and real estate, and I always was like, yeah, I want to make lots of money, and I want to buy a house, and I want to open a business, and and I just did a real estate course during my music school. So once a week, every afternoon, I used to go to this place in Tel Aviv, and they teach you how to buy like property. So I finished the course, and I was like super motivated to,
Give me some money.
let's go.
Where is my money here?
And we learned that you don't even need money for buying a house, right? You just need you need time. You need to go to the bank. You know all the book. So I was very motivated. And then 4 years, my family had a big company of trucks, which moving vegetables and fruit. And my older brother, he's agriculture. He's growing dates and grapes. So it was family business. We grow vegetables. We do logistic process to the vegetables. We do the logistic process to others. Put it on the track. Send it away. Good life for many years. When I was it's a long history. When I was 20, my dad started bankruptcy procedure, and it took some years. Then it puts all the family business in a risk.
Yeah.
All the lands, all the houses, all the we had so much like property and like lands, trucks. And
It was all under the name of the business?
it was all business slash my family. I don't really know, you know. I never was into that. But then in the middle of the music school, my dad and my older brother, they came to me and said, listen, you know that there are some problems and we need help. We just need that you open a company. You do nothing. You just open a company. We give you salary. We give you car. Do your music school. All good. And just open a company. And we will put on your name, on your company, some tracks. And 2 months, 3 months, everything will be okay. And you're out. I thought, well, my dad, my brother, they need help, of course. And I know something about business. Of course, why not? Easy, right? I did it. After a few months, it was like, yeah, you know, it's still really hard and we can't pay you the salary that we promised, but, you know, it's really hard, but we're going to solve it. Just go to the bank and bring us like, let's put it in euro. Give us 2,000 euro. Sure. It's part of the process, right? We're fighting here. We're a family. Let's do it. I went to the bank. Hello, I have a business. Doing everything right. Get the money. And this loop was like, it happened for 2 years. And I asked again money from the bank and again and again and again and again. And nothing is solved and it's all mess and it's all, I will save details, but it was ugly and it was, nothing got better. And then the bank said, okay, I don't give you money anymore, young man, you're done. I'm like, okay, dad, bank doesn't give us money. What we're going to do? And he was like, yeah, there is one person, black market. One person, he can help with really high interest and you have to roll a check and keep it open. I didn't know back then that it's black market, but he said, yeah, there is someone can help. Sure. I went to this person, we did the checks thing, I gave it there, I got the money, we continued the battle. And another 5 months, I think, passed. And then that's it. Game over.
You cannot give the money back to this guy.
I can't pay back to the banks. I can't pay back to the bad guys. I can't pay salaries to my so to say, employees. I can't pay the gas for the truck. Bankruptcy, you know, game over. And it was a mess because everything was on my head. And I give signature, personal signature, that if something happened, it's on me, it's on my name. Because I truly believe that everything will be okay. We're a family, we're fighting together, you know? So I remember it was Friday, and in Israel, Sunday is the first working day in the week. So the bank is off, and I was like, Dad, what's going on Sunday? Now that all the checks going to be cancelled and everything is going to explode in the bank, and the bank will call me. And what about the bad guys? And I said, how is Sunday going to look like? And he looked at me in a very disappointed and sad look, and he said, listen, I will be rude. He said, listen, we fucked you really hard. I'm so sorry. Take your stuff, disappear. Just disappear. I don't care where you're going, just don't be here, because your life going to be really, really mess. And you don't going to do music, and it's not going to be pretty. Mostly because he was afraid from the black market. With a bank, you can deal with the bank. Like, you know, they will not break your hand.
Yeah.
Easy. I was like, okay. And by accident, I just finished my music school. I literally just finished my music school like 2 days before or something. I managed to complete the bachelor, the BA thing. So I was like, okay, my dad telling me to escape from Israel. I have big troubles. I barely speak English. Where should I go? So I thought, okay, maybe Europe, maybe Canada, maybe... I thought to go to India
To India.
to hide in a cave and learn like Hindu rhythm, and after 2 years go out as a master. So I had many fantasies, many ideas. And I talked with my sister, and she was like, at least don't go so far. At least stay around. Go to Europe. Like, okay, Paris, Berlin, London. And my childhood friend, which I used to play with when we were kids in the band, he worked here in Berlin as a chef in a restaurant. And I'm like, yo, Doron, I think I'm coming. Do you have a couch? And he was like, sure, come. And he didn't know anything. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm coming. And he was like, for how long? And I'm like, not sure. Let's see. And I had my flat. I had my home studio in this flat that I rented in Israel. And I had to fold everything. I have to I have to move out.
Wrap it up.
It takes 2 weeks, but my dad was so like panicked. So I was also like, okay, I have to go. Anyway, I left everything as it is. And after 2 days, I was in Berlin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have passport?
It's another, and then so many small stories, crazy stories happened like during the way. So I have to escape, but my passport is expired in 2 months. Now you need to renew the passport. I need to do biometric passport. It takes 1 month. And I go, oh, no, I just can't do it. So I went to the airport and I told them, I lost my passport. You have to give me a new one because you can do it. You pay 1,000 shekel or something, 250 euro, and they do it with a 5 years extension. I was like, nice plan. I did all this show. I get the passport, same date of expire. The passport was expired in the same date. I'm like, hey, you don't have to give me extra 5 years. And they're like, no, we don't do it anymore. I'm like, okay.
I paid for nothing.
For nothing, all this mess. I got to Berlin. I went to the embassy. I did all the procedure. Okay, done. Solved it. So why Berlin? This is the thing. Just like that.
It just happened, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you know Doron a long time ago?
Not Doron Fuhrmann.
Different Doron.
Doron Neumark.
Neumark. No, I don't know Doron Neumark.
Yeah. There are a few Dorons here in Berlin.
There's a lot of Dorons in Berlin. Also, the guy that I'm subletting from is Doron.
Nice.
So many Dorons.
Yeah, now my Doron is already in America somewhere. I don't know. So, I came here ready to work hard because I knew that I have to take care of this situation. Back then, my dad and my brother told me, go for 2 months, go for 3 months, 6 months, don't worry, we will fix everything, you come back, all good. 6 months passed, nothing happened. Still mess, still fighting with each other, still all this chaos. And then I realized that, okay, if I'm not going to take care of myself, no one is going to take care of me. Sad, but this is life,
It's a good realization to have. I think once someone gets to this realization, then this is where life really improves. When you know no one here to save you.
Yeah. So, like, many friends asking me, like, you don't sad, you don't, like, how you don't, like, scream on your brother and your father, how you don't, because I'm like, also now, I tell the story, okay,
Yeah, it happened and...
Yeah, and I like, you don't know how it feels till you there, and no one could do anything else. Of course, we could do many things in different way when you look back, but back then, in those situations, we tried our best. Shit happened, right? Then I find myself in Berlin, and the biggest cliche is right here. It's the best thing that happened to me, like ever.
It's always like that.
In my life.
There is a lot of bliss in pain, and there's something I like to say, pain is a bliss. And a lot of people, sometimes they feel a bit strange when I'm saying that because, oh, why do you like pain? Are you kind of masochistic? But there is a lot of growth in there, and I think the growth itself, it's a very painful thing to have. Imagine a seed that sprouts all of a sudden. For us, it's marvelous. It sprouts. Now it's become a little tree.
I don't want to be this.
Imagine
seed.
it needs to break this hard shell and then to somehow push the earth.
Yeah, I think without pain,
Yeah, I think it's very painful.
no pain, no gain, right? You have this.
Yeah, exactly. And also about life, when I'm looking back and I'm thinking about my worst experiences, those are the best experiences.
Yeah.
And usually where I was comfortable and where I was in good spot, I got a bit lazy. I got my life degraded a little bit when I did not push and search for this.
This is how it goes.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. And you also just, maybe it's the business background that you have. Maybe it's because your family are in business. You're very organized. And everything, at least it looks for me, everything that you do is very organized. Even now when we talked and we tried to schedule this podcast. And also we prepare something very special, by the way.
All right.
Yeah, we're talking
I
for like
forgot about
35 minutes already.
Oh my God.
And yeah, we're preparing something special, and also the preparation for this, we were really on point.
Yeah.
So everything is really organized. Is this something that you learned from your family? Is it something that you developed while you're here because you had to survive somehow? How did it come to you?
I guess I observed it as a kid, seeing my dad working his ass off, let's say like that. Yeah, my parents worked all their life, really hard. And
Both of them had businesses?
my mom worked with my dad. It was the same business. It was the same family business. And I observed hustling. I observed how good results come when you give your 110% to something. Of course, there was downsides, but I put it aside. This is what I got. And then when I was in my 20s and my dad was like, yo, I'm going through bankruptcy now, when it just started, and it was like, I can't pay your phone bill anymore, and your insurance, and your school, and so many stuff. I was like, okay, all good. I'm going. First thing that I did was to open an Excel sheet, and I just wrote my expenses. So every month I had to manage my phone bill, my insurance, my school. This is the amount. Let's get it. Because if not, I when you're with your back to the wall, you have to react. So I didn't plan to be homeless or something. So I was like, okay, let's go, let's do it. And yeah, then I started my first Excel sheet. And since then, for many years now, I think for almost a decade, I write every single penny that I pay and that I get. And every year I improve my Excel sheet. So now it's with categories and with automatic calculations to do the average, to do this by products. Now it's very complicated. But this is how I started. Just, I need to know. I need to know what's going on, because if I don't know, no one is going to... I don't have a backup. I don't have anyone that can say, okay, all good. I cover you this month. You chill.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I started it 5 years ago when I came to Berlin, and I realized that I got into a place also. I could not go to Israel because I was owning to the bank a lot of money.
Yeah.
So basically, if I would go to Israel, I could not go out.
Yeah, exactly my...
But somehow my parents really helped me with that, and we resolved that. But in this moment, I thought to myself, how the fuck did I manage to go to this spot? Sometimes in life, you go to really dark and low places, and you don't know that you're on the way there unless you stop for a moment and you ask yourself, how the fuck did I got here?
Yeah.
And from this point also, I just started to do an Excel sheet, and every year it just improves and improves. And this is the best thing I could ever do to my life. Just by doing that, I had so much value about my financial behavior.
Yeah. And
if I spend more money here, if I spend more money on that, where my money goes and where my money comes from. And all this in the end got me to a place where I'm pretty stable at the moment. So this is really nice.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like my first tip for every person that wants to get himself together, I would say open Excel sheets.
Yeah.
Write your shit down and just follow. That's it.
Yeah, no
Like,
excuses. If you don't know how to do it, go to YouTube.
yeah.
Yeah, like invest 1 hour, you will know how to do a lot of things on Excel sheet.
Now, in these days, I know faster and I know more than my accountant. When I give my VAT report to my accountant, I already know exactly how much I need to get back and how much I need to pay extra. And they always take like 2 weeks. They get back to me with the report. I check the report and I get back to them like, hey, what about this and this and this invoice? You missed it. They check and like, yeah, you're right. And
Yeah, this is good.
that's amazing.
This is amazing. This is what we can do for ourselves, just to really make sure that everything goes well and don't count on other people, don't trust them. I mean, some of them can do really good work,
Yeah, of
but
course.
if you really want to take care of your shit, do everything
No one will
as
do
much
it.
as you can.
No one will do it with the same passion as you.
Yeah.
Do it for yourself.
And it also might seem like small amount of money, but it's about the attitude more than the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the details, and this is what's really important.
Someone told me, I don't remember who was it, but someone told me, a good friend told me, if you know how to behave with like, if you know how to manage €100, you will know how to manage €1,000,000.
Yeah,
Like same rules.
yeah, it's same rules.
It's not easy, but just same rules.
It's also in the book, The Art of War. Do you know this book?
The art of
War.
no.
It's a really good book. I think it's been written 400 or 500 years ago by some Asian Chinese general.
Wow.
It's a very tiny book. You can read it quite fast. It also depends on the translation, I would say. Lao Tzu, I think it's called, the guy who wrote it. And he says if you want to control a big force of humans, it's like controlling one person.
Yeah.
And
Make
it's-
your bed.
Yeah, start
Like
with your
those
bed.
stuff.
Let's take a break from everything and let's talk about the surprise that we are
Yeah,
preparing
we
here.
have like hell of announcement.
Yeah, where's the drum roll? All right, so the announcement goes like this. We want to support the local community in Berlin and in general, and we decided to create a little contest.
Hell yeah.
And this contest is open for everybody as long as they can come to Berlin to actually collect the prize. And the prize will be valued about 1,500 euros. So this is the whole value of the prize. And it's free completely to register. So everyone can do that. We will also tell you where and how and when. We want to keep you a bit more in tension. So this is the first details we can provide. What else we can provide? We can tell you that you're going to have 5 hours recording in this beautiful boiler studio that we are in right now, which Matan will also tell us a little bit how we established the studio and how we built it.
It's another escaping story.
Matan will offer also a drum session for the song, drum recording, percussions,
Yeah,
if
drums,
needed.
percussion, and what like everything that in my power to to provide for the song.
Yes, and me myself, I will provide my guitar playing, I will provide bass playing, I will provide, what else I can provide? I can provide photography session, so the winner will have beautiful photos.
Yeah, and I have experience with this young photographer here.
Oh, yes.
Hell yeah.
It was one of the first photo shootings that I did.
Really? I was one of your first photo shoots.
I think it was the first one that I got paid for.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it started also with something really bad. Basically, I tore my how we call it, the ligament in my knee. So I tore it completely, and I also tore the meniscus. I jumped and I fell really badly. So I was I was at home. I could not move. I was so depressed in this time, and I had a camera that I bought because I want to go to Portugal. But a week before that, I fucked my knee. So what can I do? What can I do? All right, I have a camera. I had some money. Let's buy some stuff and let's see how it goes. And from there, now I have photography business. Who would believe? It's called The Great Photography. You can look it up on Instagram. You can also look at Matan's Instagram, mgold.
mgold underline
Yes.
music.
Underline music. And you can also see Boiler Studio. There is also Instagram, so you can see the quality of of everything that they do here. You had a lot of productions that you released from the studio lately.
Yeah, I think I every production that released from these studios, I put it on a playlist on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now I saw that there is more than 50 tracks
Oh,
that were done here and released
since Corona.
since 2 years.
Wow, this is impressive.
That's to be honest, I don't know what other studios like doing, but I can say that we worked hard. We worked hard
Yeah,
in
man.
this space.
Yeah, the space has been working a lot. You also do it with Federico. You do a lot of cooperations.
Yeah, Federico from Kirimico
Kirimico.
Media, brilliant guy,
Yeah,
great
man.
photographer,
I love his energy.
mastermind with marketing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I learned so much from him.
Ah, right. You also did a
Yeah,
video with.
I think it's one of the
Kirimico.
first connections that I had in Berlin. Was it also in Corona? I don't remember. But we did 2 videos. One of them is under a bridge in Schönhauserallee, and one of them was in the river, in the Spree, next to all the governmental buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really cool dude, Federico. He's like pushing, he got the energy, man.
Yeah. We did also I did several videos with him, with different projects that I have, and it's just like treasure. Every
Yeah.
video is like, yes, exactly what I needed.
Yeah, exactly, and also improved. So this is the contest, basically. It will be, how should we call the contest?
Oh, we don't have the name yet. So it's
we
actually
don't
the
have the
first time that we were coming with this idea.
We never did anything like that.
And so we don't know how it's going to be.
Yeah,
We just know that we want to support the local community of musicians. Also not local, I guess,
yeah, everybody.
from every place. Again, as long as you can come here and take your prize. And let's see. But we want to help. We want to create. We want to hear some stuff from as many people as we can and make some music.
Yeah. Yes. Later in the podcast, we will tell you exactly where you can submit all your songs. And the songs doesn't need to be really produced. I think the best thing you can do is to provide the idea of the song.
Yeah, sketch, guide,
Yeah.
you name it.
Yeah.
Just a raw piece of your song that you're willing to produce, and the best sketch will go.
Yeah, exactly. And we will choose the best 10 songs. The best means by the songs that we like the most. And those 10 songs will be judged by 3 judges.
Yeah.
That we will choose. It really depends on the people who will submit the songs.
Yeah, because music community can be really small and everybody knows each other. We want to make sure that there is no how you call it in English?
Corruption.
Yeah, corruption and like to make it right and proper. So yeah, we will see.
Yeah, also we will find a way somehow that the people that are listening to Son of a Pigeon podcast, also the people who will be somehow engaged with this contest, they will also will have the way to vote. So we will publish soon in the podcast all the ways you can support. And if not in the podcast, then it will be somewhere in the future where we publish the whole contest. But this is very exciting for me. And yeah, I'm very curious to see what kind of talented people will submit their songs.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm so curious to see what we get.
Yes, and let's talk about the studio a little bit, about Boiler Studios. I remember that I came here maybe a year ago, a year ago, to took some photo here, and
Yeah.
you also recorded drums to 2 songs, and one of them, I need to play it for you. I did not play it for you.
Oh, I want to hear. I'm so
Wow.
curious.
Oh man, it sounds so beautiful. It was really fun to mix the song and to make it sound like it sounds like.
Nice.
It was my best experience with mixing drums. Yeah, usually when you have drums, when you hear them on a professional album, professional recording, they sound big and they sound amazing. But when you get the drum tracks, the raw tracks,
Yeah,
they
it's
sound lame.
of course, it's so weak.
And just to put them from this weak sounding quality to where everything is big and full and in your face, wow, it was very pleasing for me.
Yeah, it was. Also, the song is great. Like I now I remember that I didn't play so hard for a long time till you came with this song. Like I was like, all right, rock and roll, let's go.
Yeah, since then I added a bit more stuff on it. Now it sounds really
I'm
full.
so curious.
Yeah, I will play to you. And the rest of you are still curious. Yes, I know. It comes soon. Hopefully in the summer everything will be finished. But yeah, so far you can go to Spotify, to Son of a Pigeon, do some follow there.
Yeah, important. Do the
Yes.
follow thing.
Do the follow things. Follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on Spotify. Also, actually, if you want to be in the contest, if you want to be part of it, yeah, give us a like. It will be a part of if you want to be eligible. We thought about if we should charge money or not, but then I think we're not really in the state to charge money. Also, we want to make it fair and to be open for everybody.
It's also the first time, so let's try together to do something good and
So-
see what up.
Yeah, I think the best thing is you can thank us. Just go to Matan Gold _music. Give us a follow to Matan on Instagram. Go to Son of a Pigeon. It's son.7pigeon on Instagram. Give a follow there. Go to Facebook. You have a Facebook page, right?
Same, yeah, it's
Yeah.
connected with the
Yes.
Instagram. I'm Gold Music.
Same with Son of a Pigeon. Give a like there, and please also follow us on Spotify. So Son of a Pigeon on Spotify and M Gold on Spotify. Yeah, I think it's fair enough. So
Yeah, that's the list that we can
so
ask for.
like on Instagram, like on Facebook, and like on Spotify. And when you submit the songs, please give us a screenshot that we know you really did it. And yeah, it will be amazing. It will be amazing. We are very, very...
Yeah, and because it's really new and we're still like, we have some stuff to think about still. Any detail that we miss, that we might miss right now in this podcast, you could find probably on your Facebook or on my Facebook, or we will publish everything organized and written. And
Yeah, the moment that you will give us a like somewhere and follow, you will already
will
see
get
it
some
everywhere.
data.
It's going to be everywhere. Yeah, so we are very excited about it. Yeah, and let's talk about the Boiler Studio. How did you manage to set all this beautiful studio here?
Oh man, the studio.
Tell me some stories. I want to hear the juice.
That's a journey. Yeah, so I had my home studio. It was nice, but I thought I need to play drums. I recorded percussion in my flat, and every time the neighbor was like, "Hey, can you stop? Hey, I'm bothered by this cajon. It sounds horrible." Well, he just hate music, this guy. Fair enough. So I understood I have to find a place, and then, I know someone that knows someone here in Riverside Studios. So this studio is part of collective of studios which called Riverside Studios. There's many crazy producers here, mostly for techno and also film music producers. Like, there are some big shots here. It's really it's a good place to get in. And it was in this studio, before I came in, it was belonged to 2 techno producers that searched for a third person to come twice a week to fill the gap. And then they got to me, and I was like, "Hey, yeah, I have my drums, I have my microphones, so I would like to come." And it was crazy. All this huge desk was full of synthesizer, and like crazy.
This exact same desk?
Yeah.
With those huge logs?
The same desk.
It's beautiful desk.
Yeah, I had to buy it from them. They was like, we have nowhere to put it. Can you buy it from us? And I was like, yeah, okay. Fair enough. Give me the price. I will buy it. So I shared the room with these 2 DJs for like a year. And then they just said at some point, yeah, we think we're going to leave. You want to leave as well, or you want to stay and take the contract? and I'm like, yeah, I think I will take the contract. Yes.
Let me think about it a bit.
Yeah, I was like really cool, and inside my head, I'm like, party, let's go. So I took the contract, and then I had the chance also to create a space for live music. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a techno producer. I am a producer. Like I play the drums, I play the guitar, I do this kind of productions. Rock, pop, indie. So it's a different style of structure for a studio. Different acoustic treatment as well. So I had the chance to start from zero. I contacted Itai Tsarfati, a very good friend, which is my partner here in the studio. And I asked him, hey, want to get into a studio? Want to build a studio from zero? And he was like, hell yeah. We got in and we built everything from scratch, like the acoustic boards. We brought engineer to measure everything. We put the lights, we put the couch, everything here. The table was here before, yeah.
Except the table, everything changed.
Yeah,
The carpet was also here, or did you brought it?
No, this carpet, it was here before. I bought it. The other carpets we added. Yeah, and it was like we built the studio for almost a year. It's a long process. You don't do everything in 2 days.
Yeah.
It's also lots of money, so you go step by step, improve your gear, improve your acoustic boards, improve your overview on the studio. Yeah, so crazy. And we started to work here. Itai produce others and his own stuff. I produce others and my own stuff. And I think this room has 24/7 someone sitting here and create music. It's crazy.
It's the best usage for the room.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. What was the most crazy session that you remember from this studio?
Oh man, I have crazy story. It was when Corona just started. COVID just hit and it was a big topic in the news.
You were still here when COVID started, or you were in home producing stuff?
I was already here.
Yeah, already here.
I think it was
still
not
here.
in the middle of the pandemic. It was a thing. It was a big thing already. Masks and fear and
Vaccinations.
yeah. I think I even didn't get my first vaccine back then. Or it was in the beginning. And I got someone from Facebook like, hey, I would like to come to record some vocals to my song. Sure, you're welcome. We put some details and said, yeah, I might come with a few friends, maybe 2 friends. We're actually going to do a cappella. Sure, no problem, just come, all good. And next thing that happened is the date, is the time for this person to come, and she sent me a message, hey, I'm outside. I go outside to open the door, and I see a bunch of 11 people. 11 people. I'm like, oh, hey, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, we decided to come 11 people in the end. And I was also fresh with how to deal with people and customers and situations. So I was like, okay, sure, come in. They came in, 11 people, and I'm like, okay, what we're going to do? A cappella? Sure. I started to set up crazy mics for image, stereo, to create the image, the stereo picture. And they started to sing in German. So I barely knew German then. And like, okay, sure. And then they put the camera and they start to film everything. And yeah, sure, this is a studio life, right? I just give service, all good. And in the end, they finished. They all left and they stayed here, like 2 of them. The girl that booked the session and someone else. And we go through the files and we edit everything. And then I just heard in the lyrics, Frei, Diktatur, like, hey, what do you sing about? And she's like, yeah, all the conspiracy theory that exists, we believe in that. And it's all fake and the government is on us. And we actually prepared this song to play it in a huge, not legal demonstration in Alexanderplatz. It's going to happen next week. And we're going to put you in the credits and your name and everything.
Wow.
And I'm like, no, we just broke the law. We were 11 people in the same room. I will like, no, don't publish it. Don't put my name. I was not allowed to hold 11 people in one room without a window,
Yeah, it was illegal to meet
And I
people.
was sure that I would get COVID, and And I said, like, keep me out of this, please. And said, are you sure you want to come to play? You can play till the cops take you down.
Oh, this is true punk.
And like, yeah, no, I'm not coming. I'm sorry.
Not today.
like I'm not in any side of conspiracy or not. I'm open and everything is possible, of course. But that was crazy. And yeah, I did the editing. They got the session. They removed my name, removed me from their video, and I guess they had a nice demonstration.
This is really punk stuff to do. I appreciate them for doing so. They really go with their dreams, go with whatever they want to go with. It's inspiring in a way. They were good, I hope, at least. The music
They were cool, yeah. They were cool.
Mm. What is your dream, by the way? How do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years?
Yeah, that's the ultimate question, huh? Where are you gonna be in 5 years from now?
I hope to do the same, basically.
The same.
Continue,
Doing music.
play gigs with percussions and drums. Continue produce myself and others. I also teach. I love to teach. I would give up on a few students. But I really like to teach production and teach like drums and percussion. Yeah, I would do the same. I would change nothing. Few more zeros in my bank account can't hurt.
Can't hurt, definitely.
You know? But I'm on it. I'm on the way there, and I would change nothing.
So just go as you are, just improving and finding
I'm
better
curious,
ways to... Yeah, go for it.
I'm curious, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
It's a good question. First, I see myself in a warmer place.
In a warmer place. Oh,
Yes.
that's nice. Yeah.
At least for the winter. I like Berlin. I don't know, sometimes I love Berlin, but mostly I like Berlin. It's a place that I like to be. There is so many things going on here, but I would never want to be here the whole year.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
tough one. Yeah.
Always I somehow manage to escape, mostly in summers, which is not the ultimate time to escape here. But I went to some adventures around the world in the summers. But yeah, I would like to have a house here, but also a house somewhere warm. Maybe Portugal, maybe Italy. I don't know. Let's see what the world will bring. And I would love also to produce more artists. I would like to see what are the limits of the music that can be possible to make. And yeah, I don't really know how to put it into words, but there are many people that I get inspired by. For example, Rick Rubin is one of my biggest inspirations. He's an incredible producer. He's more like a magician than a producer, I would say. And then you have also Dr. Dre is also one of the biggest influence that I have. And Max Martin, this legend dude. Do you know Max Martin?
Max Martin? No, even though the name is ringing.
He's the dude behind most of the number one hits. I think he got the most number one hits ever than every producer. And within his songs, not within his songs, from his songs, you have Hit Me Baby One More Time, I Want It That Way, most of the Backstreet Boys stuff, most of Britney Spears hits,
Yeah,
and
so
Sync.
he knows stuff.
He knows his shit. And it's still relevant after 30 years. I think the latest thing that was really big, he did with Ariana Grande. He did some hits as well with her, with Taylor Swift. He wrote, what's the name of the song of the weekend? Blinding Lights. He also wrote it with him. Yeah, he's all over the place. And how he keep inventing himself again and again and again. The same thing with Rick Rubin and Dr. Dre. They're still relevant, even 40 years after they started. And this is something I would like to achieve.
Yeah,
I would like to find those artists who are really open-minded, but also they're not lazy. And somehow to work together, to push each other and to squeeze all the juice.
Yeah.
This is really what's satisfying me.
Amen.
Yes.
What can we say?
Yeah, this is what I want. If not with other artists, at least with myself.
Yeah.
This is what I can do.
I would like actually to be honest, to produce myself more. And yeah, of course, others, it's always a journey and a pleasure and really going out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
When you produce others, it's a school for life. But yeah, I would like to produce myself more, because then I have 100% freedom,
Yeah.
to do whatever I want and do weird stuff. And so like I did now in my EP that I released, it's all like one big experiment,
What was weird about the stuff that you experimented with?
I don't know. It's first time that I do something like that. I never produced myself before, and I think first of all, it's instrumental music, and the composition contain few parts within one track. It's always 6 minutes and something, and I combine like ouds and flutes and guitar and piano, and in my last track also quartet, strings quartet, and synths and different sounds and effects and some Indian vocals and Syrian vocals, and I think it's kind of reflect my ADHD in a way. But it's like, this is nice, this is nice, this is nice, everything together, 7 minutes track, sure, why not?
Yeah, why not?
And yeah, the most common feedback that I get for my music is like, wow, it sounds really like a cinematic.
Yeah, this is something that you have
It's
with
like
your
music
sound.
for movies. I get it because it's very wide, it's very open, but why not?
Also, sonic-wise, you have your signature sound. When I had Ella on the podcast, Ella Fuchs, and before that I heard the music that she did, recorded with you, and there is this distinct sound to you, something with a low end. There is something smooth that's like, it can be Matan, is it? Yes.
I don't know, probably. I don't know.
Mixing, I think, is pure style. It's not so difficult to know how to make a good mix, but to give it a style, this is what takes a lot of time. And you have it, definitely. You have your own style in mixing, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, just to say, I don't mix. I don't do the final mix. I always send it out.
Oh, really?
I do my rough mix.
All right.
I color it as I think it should be, and then I give it away.
You give it away to someone you know, or you give it to the artist? And
to the sound engineer that I know.
All right.
And I have few, one for each genre and budget, and and yeah, because I get emotional with my mixes. I can be in love with this synth, but actually it should be a bit
way lower
down, or it should be without this and this frequency, and those stuff that I'm sensitive about, then I can't get realistic decision about. Yeah, and I just love to send it out.
Yeah, it's more comfortable. It spare a lot of time.
Yeah.
How much mix do you do before you send it out? Do you do 50%? Do you do less? You do more?
I think 60-70%.
They do the final polishing touches.
Yeah, I really focusing on my vision, and I leave the problems in.
All right.
Like, of course, I try to clean low ends and everything, but I know I've sent it out, so I really focusing on the colors and my personal art, and then I give it to the sound engineer to shape it, to go into the science, to go into the data and the numbers.
Yes, make it clean, send it back, please.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because I think there's a few types of producers, and some producers focus more on the creation, some producers focus more on miking and gaining, and some producers focus on mixing and mastering. Some do everything together, we're all different. I know that I'm more into the creation part and the creativity part.
This is a very interesting process as well, the creative
more
part.
Than
the technical stuff.
Yeah, more than the technical stuff. Even though I really want to go there and I want to learn it, but with time,
Yeah, I think I'm this kind of producer who does everything. I just like to have full control.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes, I gained a lot of inspiration from a lot of really cool people in the industry that I was so lucky they are willing to let their knowledge out. One of them is Al Schmidt. You heard about him?
No.
He's a sound engineer. Basically, he's doing the miking, and he's really old school dude. I think he died
Oh, shit.
last year, but he was really old. Not really old, actually. But he did some stuff. He got some kilometrage underneath his
Yeah.
legs. He did really the biggest artist. He worked with Frank Sinatra. He did one of his albums, compilation albums. And mostly he records jazz and big orchestras. And he uses only microphones. And he doesn't even use compression.
Ah, man.
He just volume.
That's crazy.
And he just rides the faders. That's it. And he knows exactly where to put the mics and which mic to put so he can get this flavor and the sound that he wants. And that's it.
That's a science.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And when you hear his music, whatever he did, wow, you won't believe. He got so much depth. And I think he also got maybe one compressor on the mix bus because this is how he used to work.
Yeah.
And you have maybe 2 reverbs, one short, one long, and that's it. And he makes the best records.
Crazy, huh?
And I like this attitude. Just put the right microphone in the right placement and you make most of the sound. And
Yeah,
if you use this with the creativity, let's say Rick Rubin style, and then I also take from Dr. Dre the mixing, because this guy, he got me obsessed with the low end. I was obsessed. How the fuck can someone make the bass so powerful and so clean?
Yeah.
And I was obsessed. It took me maybe 2-3 years. I really went every interview I could find about him.
Mixing takes some time, yeah.
Yeah, it takes some time. But wow, once I started to nail the low end, it was very satisfying to me. You know what really helped me with improving my mixing?
What?
This is the most ridiculous thing. Waves, they have a plugin. And this plugin emulates, like you're in a room. It depends what room. So
Yeah,
you have
I know
Abbey
this.
Road. You have the Chris, what is his name, this mixer guy? Chris Lord, something like this. Not Lord. Lord, yeah, something like that.
Lord, yeah.
Yeah, he's also one of the big mixers. Yeah, I need to dive into this dude a little bit more. So you can be in his room, or you can be in a place, it's called the Heat Factory. It's a studio in New York. And I don't know how they did it. You sit with your headphones, and you have also profiles for the headphones, so it will match the EQ of your headphones. You can also measure your head.
Wow.
So it can be very specific. And if you really want to go all the way, you also have a Bluetooth thing that you put on the headphones on top. And then when you move, then the perspectives move as well.
Seriously?
So yeah, it stays like centered. And if you move here, you hear the music from this ear more. Like the speakers are there. And you move and you just have a different perspective of it.
Oh my God.
And I don't know how they do that, man. I have my AKG, what it's called, 240, I think, those semi-open or 241s. And I just sit there, and all of a sudden, I turn on the big speakers, and I have low frequency that
Wow.
I never had in my headphones. Somehow they manage to emulate it and to create frequencies that are not there. And you also have the feeling like you're in a room. So you hear how the reverb
And then you can just use it as a plugin. You can just print it
Yeah.
to your...
It's better not to
channels.
print it with that, because then everything sounds like it's roomy already, you know, because you use
okay.
the headphones. So headphones, you have separation of left and right.
Yeah.
But when you sit in front of a speaker, you hear a little bit from your left ear on the right, and
Yeah,
vice
of
versa.
course.
And also the frequencies go around the room. So this is what they emulated. And wow, I just started to mix through that, and all of a sudden the mixes are very accurate. And no matter where I am, I just need my headphones.
No, man.
It's really a game changer, and it's only 30 euros.
Yeah, right. Wave
That's it.
sell all of their stuff for...
Yeah, and if you wait a little bit, then you get it in a half price or even for
yeah.
free.
Wow.
It's a game changer, this thing. Yeah, this is how I did the polishing for the album that I'm working on.
All right.
Yeah, I started to use it, and then I felt, oh, there is not much kick here. I cannot really hear the bass, or maybe it's a bit too muddy, and then I started to clean stuff. And
Can you send me your draft, please?
Of the music?
I want to hear the song.
yeah, I can play you afterwards. Yeah, I can play you a little bit. Most of them are complete. Still, I need to record some vocals.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I need to settle down so I can have at least a weekend for myself and just see what will come up.
Wow. Now, like if you talk about mixes and miking and stuff, I just bought a handpan lately.
Is this?
Yeah, the sweetie one here.
Is it from the Swedish guy? Not Swedish guy, Swiss couples, no?
No,
The
it's
original
not
ones?
this handmade. No.
But this is true, right? They have like a Swiss old couple and
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
the legendary makers,
Yeah,
right?
they were the
Or they used
first
to
to
be.
make it or to do it to sell it
Mm-hmm.
outside. And this is really expensive.
Yeah.
No, I bought mine from Sela Percussion. It's a percussion company. It's a easy one, but I really like it because the scale is D Hijaz, and I like Hijaz.
With there is quarter tones there.
No, but it's like harmonic minor in a way. Anyway, it's really nice color. And then I recorded with Itai, my partner in the studio. We have a duo when we play. He played guitar and I played the handpan. So we wanted to record ourselves. And to mic this handpan, it's really tricky because there is so many overtones and vibrations, and it's a crazy instrument. So we had to watch so many like YouTubes how to mic handpan and how we get in this angle this frequency and in this angle this frequency, and we manage well. I think it's out, by the way. We released it 2 weeks ago, I think. Such an original name. My name is Matan, his name is Itai, and we are Matai.
Matai.
The copywriting,
If you say it Matai, then it's something different in Hebrew. It
Yeah,
means
yeah,
when.
Now we're Matai.
Matai.
Matai music. So of course you can find it out there.
Yeah, I also put a link if you go to the Buzzsprout website and listen to the podcast.
Can
we'll
you-
have
can you put links?
everywhere. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, we have many links to.
Yeah, we have many links. Yeah, I don't know how you guys are listening to this. If you're listening to it on Spotify, yeah, basically I upload everything to Buzzsprout. It's a platform you can upload the podcast, and then it delivers it to all platforms basically.
Yeah.
I have no idea how it does all the notes in the end, but if you cannot click on any links on Spotify or Apple Podcast or wherever you hear it, so go to Son of a Pigeon, to Facebook, Instagram, then you can find all the links, and then you can find the Buzzsprout link, and for sure you're going to find it there. So you will have, everything that we are talking about here, you can listen right there. Yes. Shall we talk a little bit more about the contest? Shall we give some more details about the contest?
What did we miss something?
I think they need to know where to send the songs to.
Probably one of our emails.
Yeah. Let's make it the Son of a Pigeon email.
Yeah, it's
They will
better.
spam me.
Yeah.
And I have some Indian people taking care of it. Not really, not yet. So what is the email? The email goes like this. So everyone, this is the time to get yourself a piece of paper and a pen. So do it really, really fast. You can pause and write it down. son.7 pigeon @gmail.com.
Sun.7 Pigeon.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah, I like the number 7.
yeah.
It's a good number. And I have a good friend. Her name is Batsheva.
Nice.
And she calls herself Sheva, 7. And Batsheva, it's it depends how you translate it. It can be 7 years old if you translate it in the most superficial way to English.
True.
But Batsheva, it's like the daughter of 7, basically. So it's the daughter of God. And it's a very powerful name. I did not knew that. I always thought it's such a lame name.
I never thought about it.
Yeah. Yeah, also
Wow.
this city, Beersheba. Maybe there are 7 wells, but maybe it's the well of God. So
Probably.
7 is the number of God, basically.
Yeah, I think it's the will of God.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and I like this number 7. Also my month that I was born is July 7.
Dude.
Yeah.
No shit.
Man, I have really crazy shit with my birthday. I have this tattoo here.
Yeah, all right.
So this tattoo, it was my second tattoo ever. The first tattoo I had was on my back. It's something from the Bible. As I walk to the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil. And then maybe 2 months afterwards, I did this one here. And you have Ankh, which is the Egyptian symbol of the god of death, but somehow it symbolizes life. And it's written in German also. It says Leben über alles, so life above everything. And I did it. I used to have a motorcycle in this time. I was 18, so I had the 50cc. We had all the group of the 50cc or the 125 because afterwards it came to be legal. And one of the guys that was riding with us, I did not really knew him, but he had a self-accident and he died.
Oh.
Yeah, 50cc, like the most weakest motorcycle you can have. But it's still powerful, you know, if you ride 70 kilometers per hour and you slide, then it doesn't matter what kind of motorcycle you have.
Yeah.
And then I thought how life can be so fragile. Somehow it made me do this tattoo. And then after a few years, I found myself in Germany, speaking German. And also realized that the Egyptians, they have this thing in the, I don't know if it's the pyramids, maybe my memory is a bit foggy, but they have a room which the highest priest go there in the beginning of July, and there is a star that's called Sirius, and this star is the brightest star in the sky. So in this time it starts to shine back from the horizon. And in this specific time of the year, in the beginning of July, it shines in an angle that it goes straight through a hole, and then it lights the whole room where the high priest is sitting there. And somehow we bathe in this light star.
Wow.
Yeah, like really crazy shit.
Yeah.
And it just, it shows itself up in life. And also with Sirius, I have really, really crazy stuff with them. It always appears somehow in my life, giving me signs and signals. And
Wow.
Life can be so trippy sometimes.
Life or trippy, yeah.
How are you with the spiritual realm? Is it something that you find yourself there?
No, actually, no. Not much is going on. I was really into that some years ago. But nothing too much.
Meditations,
Um,
law of attraction.
No, I tried. I tried a bit. It's really hard for me. Yeah, because my brain is like a circus. Yeah, it's one of my goals. Like for years, it's like I want to do it, and like next year I will start to meditate and do that and that. But actually, I found some other stuff that helps me to balance myself and like get into myself. So like I have very strong morning routine.
You want to share your morning routine? Is it top secret?
Oh no, it's actually nice. It's a game.
It's a game.
Yeah, it's a game that I play with someone. I when I moved to Berlin, I was a bit not stable with myself, and I was like, I just escaped, and people search for me. I get mail for all my former flats in Israel, and people like, yo, what's going on? And it was stressful. Then I thought, okay, I need not a therapy, but maybe something like a mentor, something like a coacher, something more productive, something more for business. And then I found a guy called Chezi Mena from Israel as well. And he's doing coaching. And also in Israel, he worked with many musicians, also a few big ones like Arkady Dukhin and some others. And then, of course, we talked about goals, numbers, Excels, what to do, how to do, good stuff, bad stuff, behavior, communication, all that. And in the mental side, there is the game.
The game.
Which called 100 Days of 100. What does it mean? You write an agreement with yourself of 4 or 5 things that you want to do every day that make your life or make yourself better. For example, one must rule is writing every morning 3 pages.
Of what?
Of whatever.
Whatever. You
Just
do it every morning?
every morning. 3 pages. No
Some
games.
therapy.
A4. Just take your shit out. Just
Yeah.
no one going to read it, by the way. I finish to write, I throw it to the garbage. If someone going to read what I write, I'm going to jail, man. I'm like, it really, you just get rid of all the noises, all the, how you say it in English?
Distortion.
תאווה,
Teava.
תאוות,
Lust.
desires, all your evil desires. Like, let's put it like that. You know, we all have dark sides. You write everything, you take it out, dilemmas, ideas, noises, beautiful compliments. You can write everything. Throw it away. You did it, you get 30 points. That's must. Then you can choose the rest of the agreement. So I have, before I go to sleep, write 3 times, like 3 thank you for something that happened today. Thank you that I went to the gym. Thank you that I was patient with my mom in the phone call. And thank you that I practiced the drums. 15 minutes, Duolingo. That was, for a long time, that was part of my agreement. And what else I have in my agreement? Workouts. To go to do running, or like stretch or yoga, so exercise. And every task is like, depend how much is important for you. It can be 10, 20 or 30.
You decide how many.
You
each task.
decide. Yeah, so you have around 4 or 5 stuff that you have to do. It's complete 100. And if you did everything, you get 100.
This is
Now,
what we want.
you try to get 100 days of 100 in a year. Of course, you can't do it every day. I can't write every day. I'm trying. But once a week, I don't. Because I have to wake up at 7 a.m. and I have to be somewhere at 7:30 and I went to sleep at 2 a.m. and, you know, life. It can't happen every day. But that's fine. You did 0? No problem. You write. We write to each other on WhatsApp, the number. Write 0. Why? Write 0 for 2 weeks. No problem. You're in a hole. You're in a down. You're depressed. Everything is okay. Write the number. Play the game. As long as you play the game, you will be back to the game.
Yes.
As long as you're in the game, as long as you do the stuff, meteor can fall right now outside. Apocalypse can happen. I will be calm. You know why? Because I wrote my pages in the morning. I did thank you yesterday night. I'm grateful and appreciate small stuff in my life. I did my workout. I practiced my German. Dude, heaven. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's apocalypse outside and you have
I
zombies
don't
want to eat
care,
your
man.
brain.
We're good.
Yeah, we do this, then we go fight zombies.
Yeah, man. Bite them, kill them.
Talking about fighting zombies, what about your music? Would you like to introduce a little bit the music that you're working on, the EP, your inspirations? Tell us everything that you can, that you want to share, of course. First of all, tell us about the EP. What is it called? What songs do you have there?
Yeah, wow. The EP called Swamp Mode. Actually, it's 4 tracks, instrumental tracks. 3 of them already out. The 4th one, actually, mixed and mastered, ready. Now I just to do the music video and some release plan, promotion plan. Maybe some photo session with you. Let's talk later. Remind me. Yeah, and it's all reflect my experience of moving here to Berlin with the story and my past and what happened. And it's like swamp mode. Life can be like a swamp mode, man. And if you want to get out of this swamp mode, it's actually, you don't have to fight it, right? You just have to stay still, do your thing, slowly, quietly, and in consistency, and you will go out. So anyway, it's a bit, it's my philosophic overview on this EP, but Swamp Mod, you can find it, of course, online in all the streaming platforms. And yeah, actually, if we can, I would like to play the first single, which called Swamp Mod. Yeah, then we can take a few minutes break, drink a glass of water, and play some
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
חזרנו אליכם. And we are back.
Yeah. I didn't realize that you spoke Hebrew.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. You get used to something. It was also very strange for me to switch to Hebrew after we took the break.
Yeah. All
We
right.
have the momentum going on English here. Okay, tell us a little bit about the song Swamp Mode.
Swamp Mod. Yeah, it's what you heard basically. It's what it is. It's kind of a journey. And I think every
How did the song developed? How the song got birth?
I don't know. I started with the piano. I always start with the harmony. I'm like harmony person. I start with harmony. Then
You mean melody?
No, harmony.
Harmony.
Yeah, like the chords
Okay.
first. And then I align a melody on it. Yeah, and then I start to play around with sounds, with like cool stuff, and think about B parts, C parts, like few parts. Yeah, and I really like, as you heard, I really like to go to at some point to the like this trance, techno trance. I don't know, you
Sounds
name
very
it.
tribal.
Yeah,
To my ears.
and yeah, it's and I like to present instruments like solos, or now there is a flute, now there is a beat, now there is a guitar, synths, whatever. And I think every listener can take it to his own place, his own situation, his own imagination. For me, as I said, it's swamp mode. It's like someone that trying to escape from a swamp mode.
And how do you put it in the song, this feeling of someone trying to escape?
I don't know. It's stuff that's really hard to explain, but
the
easy
intention?
to feel. It's this heaviness of the beat, this trippy, horrifying sounds.
What did you use for this trippy, horrifying sounds?
Many different synths. Like I have a huge library, like of Contact and East West, which are really great. Yeah, many stuff from Slate Digital as well. Some sample packs that I got during the years. It's all one big salad of stuff that I found nice or found beautiful.
Do you see it also like a kind of a puzzle that you need to find the right things to fit?
I don't know. I never really thought about it so much, but it's really flow. Like when I'm doing session with myself, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I don't have a plan. I don't have a structure. I just put my phone aside and try to just start to play around, put some sounds. Then I regret. I delete it. I do it again. Then it's nice. I keep it. And then, of course, I do like story with my phone. make a look. Yeah, it's really a flow procedure.
Do you play all the instruments there in the song?
I'm trying to play everything. The instruments that I can't play, of course, I invite musicians. So I don't play the oud. So I have my oud player, Doron Furman, which is...
One and only.
Ah,
He's also
Doron.
playing on my album.
really?
Yeah, you will not believe it. When you
Oh,
will hear
man.
it, it's like, what the fuck is going on in the song? What is this that I'm hearing?
Doron is a really special musician.
He's a master.
And,
Special human.
and he has this depth when he plays. It's just insane. Yeah, I have for flute. I have Vijay, which is a really good friend from the Persian ensemble that I play in. So he did the Bansuri flute, and yeah, and I try to do the piano. I try to do the synths, the beat, of course, the percussion, and the guitar as well, classic guitar.
Yeah, this is something it's not so usual when a drummer can play musical instruments. Usually, you know the joke. Two
Yeah,
musicians
I
and a
know.
drummer goes into a bar.
Yeah.
How do you turn a guitarist into a bass player, you know?
Taking his head or something. And
Yeah, bang his head on the wall, but not too hard because then he'll become a
yeah,
drummer.
right. I remember this one. Yeah, luckily I had enough time when I was a kid, because I grew up in Israel in Jordan Valley, which is, it's a desert next to the Dead Sea. There is nothing to do. Big surprise. Nothing to do other than develop a hobby, smoke shisha and drink vodka Keklovich at some point when you're a teenager. But yeah, I had so much time to just practice, play, like just experiment the piano, the guitar, drums, percussion, just...
Yeah, you have good guitar skills.
Yeah, I really like this finger thing, just to play classic guitar with my finger. In Tripa is the second single that I released. There is a really nice guitar solo in the end. And this track has a really funny story, because someone wrote on Facebook, hey, I'm looking for a producer to produce music for a party or something like that. So I sent him a message. I was like, hey, I'm a producer. What up? And I was like, yeah, so I'm doing sex parties and I need a long track for sex. And
responsibility.
I'm open-minded, and I thought, I know this feeling when you have music for making love,
Yeah.
I can go there. And I said, let's go, let's do it. So we agree on the details, price, everything, deadline, and I started to create something. And then he started to send me messages like, I need it more, but not, and, but not,
Is that the exact instructions?
It's exactly how he sent me voice messages. And I had patience in the beginning to get it and understand. And okay, let's try to do it more, but not, And then at some point, I realized that it's going to be endless project. I'm not going to finish this project. Not soon.
Black hole of projects.
And then I just told him, listen, I think I'm out. And okay, I didn't complete the work, but I still had a really nice idea, a composition idea that I developed later for Tripa, the second single. This is why if you take a look on my computer, the name of the Logic file called Sex.
Sex.
And my girlfriend saw that and she was like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, no, listen, I had a guy, it was crazy. Now it's Tripa, it's a completely new song, but the same theme. And she actually also played the violin on this one.
Ah, this is cool.
Yeah.
Ah, it's cool to have a girlfriend who is also a musician.
Oh yeah, it's effective.
Yeah, you practice together as well?
Yeah, we have our own program. We have even one piece that someone composed for us for violin and cajon specifically.
Wow.
Yeah, called Tikkun.
Tikkun,
yeah, from the
like,
Hebrew
fixing.
word. You can find it on YouTube. We have really nice video of this
What was
piece.
it called, the project?
Liv Migdal and Matan Goldstein, Tikkun.
All right. I will also put the link down
Yeah,
there.
yeah. It's like 23 minutes of piece. We're just playing all the way, and it's experimental.
Is it live played?
rhythmic. Yeah, we recorded it live with the video.
Wow. Oh, impressive.
It was really challenging project for me to read so many notes, Every single note was written, no games. So it was a nice experience, yeah.
Oh, cool. And you also would like to play the guitar.
Yeah, I thought I can play the last part of Tripa.
Yeah, let's do
There
it.
is a real nice solo guitar, but now I can do it live, and then people can compare the solo now and the solo from the production.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
So
it.
let's just put the headphones.
Yes. If you are listening to that, just crank up your speakers. Let the neighbors hear.
All right. something like that.
Yeah, this is cool. So this guitar is very impressive.
Yeah, I like this guitar. It's
Handmade Swedish guitar, you told me.
Yeah, 30
Made in
years old.
Sweden. Wow. Yeah, it's in a great condition and it sounds really, really good. It's not like the Spanish guitars, but it got some character.
Yeah. It's just great. Yeah, I'm so lucky to get nice instruments and make music and meet great people around, and yeah.
Yeah, this is the blessing, I think, with music. Maybe I said it already a few times in the podcast, maybe not. I'm saying it the whole time when I talk about music. But the one thing that I really impressed about music and how we use it, it's not something that we invented. This is something that is there, and we discovered it. And we discovered also the relationship between the notes and what sounds good, what doesn't sound good, and how those notes can affect our emotions and our feelings. And this is really mind-blowing. Like, we really know how to use frequencies with music.
Yeah.
Since I discovered this and I had this realization, I feel every time I listen to music, there is a lot of magic going on. Especially when you take the vibration of the culture, because every culture got its own language with music, and then you mix all of them together, and it can create really crazy magic.
It is crazy. It is just we're on the right spot, I think.
Yeah, we have also good seats in this spot.
Yeah. Sitting in the studio, doing a podcast, talk about music, doing music.
Yeah, you've been also working with a lot of artists, and you have also a huge, a wider perspective about how the community here in Berlin goes, and how the music industry in general goes. You also had a huge playing project. I don't know, that you were on a huge stage performing. Was it last summer, right? When was it?
Yeah, it was in August. It's funny fact. That was my fantasy since I'm 13 years old. Since I started to play the drums, I thought one day I will play on this huge stage in front of 100,000 people. You know, just as a faraway fantasy that's never going to happen. No way. Then life happened, and I'm here in Berlin, and I meet this guy and this guy and this guy, and I produce this guy and this, you know, just in the loop of music. And then I saw a post on Facebook, a dude named Josh Savage. Yeah. Said like, hey, I'm looking for a drummer that can drive, has SPD, like can play the pads, and can work with computer. And I was like, oh my God, it's all me. I can do all of this. So I sent him a message like, hey, I'm a drummer. And he said, I'm looking for a drummer for my tour. So nice, I want to do a tour. I listened to his music. Brilliant, great. Sent him a message. He didn't answer. And then I did the Israeli thing. I sent another message. Didn't answer. Then I did again the Israeli thing, and I sent, hey, you're going to lose the best drummer in the world. I'm not the best drummer in the world. I know it. But, you know, I wrote it to provoke a bit, and then he answered, like, okay, listen, I'm really busy. I'm here, I'm there. I don't have time to meet you. Take the channels of 2 of my songs and record drums on it. Make a video with your phone and send it to me. This is the audition. I got everything. And I really put some effort, because I recorded myself with channels in the studio on his project, and then I mixed everything. Like I literally played the drums on the track and with the video, and I sent it to him, and I got the gig.
Cool.
So yeah, it was a nice lesson of put some effort when you do stuff, because
Always.
you don't know, and send lots of messages.
Yes, always.
And we went to the tour, which was amazing experience, very intense, crazy. We played maybe 14 shows within 3 weeks or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it was intense. And we drove the van, and every day, pack the drums, unpack the drums, build the stage, fold it, take it back to the car. Then you have to park the car in the night. You have to put it in the hotel because you're afraid from if someone will break the car. Really crazy days. And I had to do the production thing. So I had to run the computer with all the channels, mixed for the live, send the click to everybody, be with the inners, doing the talkback. And it was all operation.
Wow.
Crazy experience, really. And I'm really grateful for that. It was one of the best things that happened to me here in Berlin, in this journey in Europe. So we finished the tour, and a few months after, he's like, hey, I have a chance to play in a very big stage. I can't tell you what's going on. I'm not allowed to tell you. Are you free on this and this date? I check my calendar and like, hey, yo, I am in vacation in Sweden. Because every year I'm going with my girlfriend to Sweden to vacation. So I was like, I don't think I can do it. Sorry, dude. And then, okay, some time passed. And he's like, okay, we're going to do the opening for Robbie Williams in Munich in front of 100,000 people. I still can't believe it. And I was like, I'm free. I'm there. No worries. I forget the vacation thing.
Fuck Sweden.
Yeah, like when do you want to start the rehearsals? I'm there. I shortened my vacation a bit. I got back to Berlin. We did the rehearsals and wow, man. That was insane.
What was the most insane part that you remember that really blew your mind away?
Two moments. First moment, to see the stage in the morning. You know, it was one of the biggest stages that ever built in Europe. It was like something ridiculously huge. So we got to the stage in the morning to set up the drums and everything, and I just saw the huge. It looks like a building. You know, it's huge,
Yeah.
and I just saw that, and I wanted to vomit. I just felt no fucking way. I'm going to die. I'm not going to do it. Like, what the fuck? So that was a very strong moment. I didn't vomit in the end. But I was like, fuck. You know, I was shaky. I was so excited and nervous. And the second moment is the show starts. You put a big smile.
Yeah.
We were really tight because we did a tour before. We knew the music from any way. Like, we knew the music really good, which gave us the space and the chance to, you know, just put a big smile on your face and enjoy
Yeah.
and interact with the audience. And
It's massive to hear so many people roaring and cheering up.
it's yeah, I can't describe it. It's crazy. And the music is so good. Really, the music is great. And to do all that with the computer and the click, it's like the highest level that you can aim for. This kind of live production show.
Oh, cool. What's
Can't
the name of the
complain.
band?
Josh Savage.
Josh Savage. Ah, so it's his own name.
Yeah. He's the solo. He's the artist.
Cool.
And we're the band.
Cool. Yeah, we put also a link of Joe Savage there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Josh Savage.
Yeah, Josh is
Josh.
also very deep into NFT.
NFT. Yeah, we did not talk about the
Oh,
stuff as well. If we
dude,
open all the
for
crypto
another-
stuff.
For another podcast, Bitcoin and this fun. Anyway, he's really deep into that. He just released like huge collection of 880 pieces. He did sold out.
All of it.
Yeah,
Cool.
I even have one.
Oh, nice. What kind of NFTs?
Love letters.
Love letters.
Yeah, it's love letters. It's based on the lyrics of his songs, which based on love letters that he sent to his girlfriend in New York back then. Like, he can tell the story way better, but it's really an interesting concept, and the NFTs are great, and it's with music from his album, acoustic version, piano version. Like, and I got from that crazy inspiration to do my
Nice.
own NFT collection.
Yeah, I'm also onto NFT.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about to release some stuff in the future.
Yeah, we can discuss that later. I have some plans, actually, to do it with my current album, with art, and take some pieces from the production and make it as an NFT. Like, only the beat and the flute, only the strings
segments
and the
of the
guitar.
production.
Yeah, just play with the, we have the production. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And it's so exclusive and it's so cool
Yeah.
for your fans to have that. It's like there is a literally good value to
Yeah.
have this piece of digital art.
Yeah, I think maybe today not so much, but in the future, I think everything will be NFT. If it's not cryptocurrency that you're gonna buy something, it's gonna be NFT.
I strongly believe that in 10 years from now, we will be in different world
Yeah,
with NFT and cryptocurrency and blockchain technology all over the place.
yeah, and for all the people who are not believing that, how do you call it? Not
Speculations.
not speculations. The non-believers, let's say. Look at your phones. They did not exist 10 years ago,
Oh yeah.
or at least not in this level. And 20 years ago, to even think about having all this connection towards people and to have, I mean, right now with my iPhone 8, this chip and the PC that runs this is way stronger than what they sent to the moon first time.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, and if Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin would record vocals in the microphone that he got on his iPhone in the 70s, he would have way better sound quality. Like no one would thought it will come. So yeah, it comes faster than we think.
I think we're in the middle of revolution, and we will be surprised to see
Yeah.
what's going on in 10 years. Really,
Yes, also
I
with-
can't wait, actually.
With AI, everything that starts now, AI and crypto, I think they're a really beautiful combination
Yeah,
that
man.
can help us solve all the trust issues that we have with governments, with big companies, and all the stuff that we don't know what's going on behind closed doors because they don't
Yeah.
want us to know.
Are you on Twitter?
Yeah, also on Twitter, yeah, son of a
Yeah,
pigeon.
in Twitter there are many spaces about NFTs,
Yeah.
cryptocurrencies.
Twitter, Discord is also a big thing. Also
Yeah.
for music, Discord is really good. Like a lot of artists, maybe it's bigger ones, but they open their own Discord community and just people talk about the songs. And
Yeah. It's
it's a really
once you
beautiful
have
place.
once you have community, once you have your audience, your fan base, no limits.
Yeah.
Where you can go.
Actually, I want to ask you before we went to the crazy drum tour experience, warming up Robbie Williams. So with your experience with all the people that you produce and you work with, what is the not the one thing, but what are the most the top things that you see that artists are doing that is not helping them?
It's a tough one because every artist it's a individual creature, you know. But generally, the it's hard to find like common thing. But I think this organization is the thing number one that cause mess.
Yeah, if not organized.
Yeah, because music is a business.
Mm-hmm.
Someone sell washing machines, someone sell falafel, we sell ourselves. And it's way trickier than falafel, like
Yeah.
way more tricky. Yeah, and it's part of it to manage yourself as a business. And, you know, just knowing what is your expenses, your income, your sources, your energy, your time, your vision, what you want to reflect outside. It goes to marketing, it goes to branding. It's like there's so much about organization. But I think to your question, this organization is the thing that caused the most damage, I think, or like really slowing down musicians and artists.
Start with Excel sheet.
Yeah.
Write on your finances, every penny, every cent.
Yeah, we had this conclusion before.
Go back to the beginning. And what are the beautiful things that you noticed about artists here in Berlin that is unique to them?
There's many beautiful things, and I think again one thing that I can see almost every time is that I feel like the community here is so vulnerable. Everybody so open, so honest. For example, I heard about really different vibes in other places, about competition and about people not so nice to each other, or people talk about each other, like talk shit about each other. And here in Berlin, there is some magic happening here, and like I can feel, because I'm also a musician, you know, and I also felt it when I came here, I felt that I'm welcome. I can go to open mics. I can do whatever I want. People will listen. People will respect me. I can play on the street. Even the cops will respect me if you're not a dick, you know. If you're not rude to the cops. Even the cops are great if you play on the street. And I think and you have that because of the people. It's a common thing with the people that come here. I don't know how, why, energy, space, whatever. It just happened.
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes from the fact that Berlin is a very international city. And also Berlin is very unique, even to international cities. It's very wild, and there is always something happening here. And no matter what you want, you can find it.
Oh, yeah.
And also one thing, I have a theory with a good friend of mine, Anna Galperin. She was on the second episode of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And lately she did like a kinky kind of presentation. She's a flyer. So she likes to jump from airplanes, but lately she's doing the air tunnels, wind tunnels, sorry. So she trains people how to fly, you know, the wind tunnels?
Yeah, it's
And it's
crazy.
insane, really, really insane. And what she did, there is a store, it's called The Code Berlin. They have really beautiful leather, kinky stuff. And she worked with them. They did really nice flying with kinky clothes and fetish and leather and all this crazy stuff. And she said to me, I don't know if it was on the podcast or outside of the podcast, but she said to me, because people are letting those sexual desires go out and they give it place, then they are way more relaxed because they channel this energy.
Yeah.
And, you know, sexual energy, if you don't channel it in the right way, it can be really, really ugly.
Yeah, of course.
It's the life force, basically. If we don't let the life force be expressed, then it can be stuck inside, and then people get frustrated, and it can be really not so nice. Maybe that's why Berliner cities. Berliner cities.
I guess we can find many different reasons.
Maybe, yeah. In the end, it's all of them together.
Yeah, exactly. This mixture of history, consequences, and people that comes here that complete this vibe that we feel, which is a great vibe.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. I also hear crazy stuff on Bergheim. I've never been there. I feel like a nerd. All I do is work and get projects done. But I heard this is not kids appropriate. So
no.
If you're under 18 years old, please shut this down. But I heard like some... this is no judgment. This is pure observation of what I heard. I don't know if it's even true.
Yeah.
But I heard some people were partying, and then a group of gay people start to party, and then they start to shit on each other. And this is something that is quite common in Berlin.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't...
Like shit kind of
not
kink.
like to be part of that.
I would like to see that in my own eyes.
Yeah, actually, it sounds a bit like
It's
rumors,
interesting.
but who knows? You know, in Berlin, everything is possible.
Man, I heard so many crazy stuff. I would live only with this example.
Wow, all right.
But wow. if you would knew. All right, I think this podcast is coming to an end. And I think we also will give the final details about the contest. If you heard until now, thank you very, very, very much. Highly appreciate that.
Yeah, strong people. Thank you.
Yes, I hope you got a lot of value from this podcast. It's definitely very, very good to talk to you, Matan, to get some perspective about what is it like to do stuff on a way that can serve us and can bring us forth with what we want to do in life. So we do it like this. The podcast today is the 26th of February.
Yeah.
So we give you 1 month. 1 month until the 26th of March to send us the songs.
Yeah, just naked sketch, naked guide, your
Yeah.
voice and guitar.
It doesn't have to be naked, but as long as you have the concept
But
done.
at least
Yeah.
simple sketch of your song, the structure, how you see it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that should be enough for getting in to the competition.
Yeah, exactly. So send it to the email sun.7 pigeon, pigeon @gmail.com. Please include screenshot of like to Son of a Pigeon Instagram, Facebook, and follow on Son of a Pigeon on Spotify. Also, M Gold Music.
Yeah.
So I want a screenshot of M Gold. Follow on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Spotify. And also include your favorite food in the email. It's
Of
very,
course.
very important. We want to know what you like to eat. So send us the song, send us the inspiration. Also write down what is your vision, how do you see it as full production. If you have also references, do that. We also decided it will not be only one winner. We would like to have as much winners as possible. We all like to be winners. So as we said, the first prize is going to be the full package. So the full package is 5 hours of studio here in Boiler Studio. 5 hours of studio time. It's going to include also drums or percussions or both of them together.
Yeah, depend if the song needs both, then both.
All right, so it will have also one session of that. I will also provide my guitar playing and bass playing session to the song. Also, I will provide mixing session with Matan and professional photo session, so you can have amazing look. If you are very creative, we can also go a bit crazy there with the photo sessions. And also single release plan. So both of us, we can talk with the winner, and we can also see what kind of marketing can be appropriate, what kind of ideas, how to get it to the next level. So that will be the first prize. All of it, the value of it, it will be at least 1,500 euros. The second prize will be, it will be a mix to the song or any other song, and drums or percussion session to this song that you would like to have, or any other song.
Yeah.
The third place, it will be a photo session.
I would like to be in any place.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Such
We
a
like
nice-
to have winners.
Yeah, so like I want to win.
Yes. I'm very curious to see what we're going to get. Because it's first time, we might get only one person.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm up for it.
We might
I
get
want
100.
to see what will happen, and hope we will get some beautiful music. And
Yes.
beautiful people coming in.
Yes, so please, all the instructions that we wrote, all the screenshots, your favorite food, otherwise it's not qualified to be part of the contest. And with that, we're going to leave you with how can we find more about Matan? This is the last part of the podcast. So basically, but we have it already, so why do I ask it?
Yeah, same.
we have
same
all the
drill.
links, yeah?
Same drill. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You will find me. I'm all over the place.
Cool. Yeah, so thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. If you watch the video somehow,
Yeah, and thank you, Ohad, for having me.
thank you for sharing all the beautiful knowledge, man. It's been a really pleasure. I really enjoyed this podcast.
Yeah, what a journey, huh?
Oh, yes. Next time, we're going to show up on the 2nd of April with the final 10 songs. So we're going to play all those songs. Hopefully it will be final 10. And we're going to go over them. So we're going to give our feedback and what we like, what we don't like, what potential we see from those songs. And on the 16th of April, we will choose the winners.
Yeah.
Hell yes, I'm excited.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.